good news, chaps.
No, what?
Not only has Horizon 6 been confirmed, but it has been confirmed to be set in Japan, of all places. I know you've probably all heard the news already, but it is just absolutely incredible. Finally, after all these years, we are heading off to the land of the rising sun. And we have a bunch of info as well as to what will come. Well, not that much. We still don't know any cars that will be in the game, any real features other than seasons, which we will talk about a little bit, and other parts of the location. But let us get right into it. So we've been asking for Japan ever since Horizon 1, I think. Now, at first I saw requests for Horizon Japan ever since Horizon 4, dating back to people talking about it at the end of Horizon 3. But now, after all this time, having Horizon 4 being set in Britain, and then 5, which was also speculated to be set in Japan, now being set in Mexico, we are finally getting Japan, and with it will hopefully come a ton of cars, but we'll talk about that in a bit. First, let's go over the info we have already. So I have some screenshots from an article pulled up. It's actually from Forza and Xbox themselves, and it reads, "We are thrilled to be taking players to Japan in Forza Horizon 6, the next entry in the critically acclaimed and award-winning series of open-world racing games." Now, this next bit is very important. Forza Horizon 6 will launch first on Xbox Series X and S and PC in 2026. I do want to talk about that release date as well. When they mean 2026, I think most likely it's going to be released sometime in early 2026, maybe around March or April, because of the GTA 6 launch in end of May. So hopefully either it'll come before or after GTA 6, either a long ways after GTA 6, maybe sometime in like September or something next year, or it'll release before GTA 6, as I said, in March, maybe even February if we're lucky. Oh, my laptop just turned off because I'm reading it from my laptop. But it will be included with Game Pass, which is also extremely nice for people who have Ultimate, and PC Game Pass as well at launch. With the excitement for this franchise on other platforms, we also have Playground Games and Turn 10 Studios working together to bring Forza Horizon 6 to PlayStation 5 post-launch. So PS5 players, you will be able to enjoy this game with us Xbox and PC gamers, like you can with Horizon 5. Now, in Horizon 6, you will get to discover a scenic and breathtaking Japan where you build up your racing status to become a legend at the Horizon Festival. And we already have the basics, or the basis, I should say, of what the progression is going to look like. So most likely we're going to get XP and maybe influence, like in Horizon 4. And we will be able to build up our status, as it says, in the Horizon Festival. Maybe becoming, as it says, a legend. So we might not have the Hall of Fame anymore, but maybe we get like so popular, maybe even working in a system like the Crew 2. As you already know, Japan has been one of the most iconic and requested locations by the Horizon community. We are so excited for you to experience it. We can't wait to share more details on Forza Horizon 6 early next year. Stay tuned. However, there is the Tokyo Game Show coming up in November, I believe. So we might get more details there. We might even get a cover car. And that is another thing I do want to speculate on. Well, whenever we get to my own speculations and my own wish list. Horizon games regularly perform the feat of recreating an entire country as a single seamless map. It's never a one-to-one chunk of the real world, rather a blend of locations that balance player fun with capturing the spirit of their inspiration. We have seen that before, well, with every map, really, like, let's be honest. Japan, with so many varied and familiar locations, it presents a huge palette of possibilities for the team. While the teaser shows us Mount Fuji and its surroundings, where else will Playground pull from? I really hope that we get a ton of other maps, like not maps, but like other aspects of Japan. We already know we are getting Tokyo, which is hella exciting, and it will talk about this very soon. But I really hope we get, like, I think it's like Fuji Speedway as well. What's the mountain called? because I already forget. Fuji, yeah. It's either Fiji or Fuji, but I really hope we get Fuji, Speedway, maybe even Ebisu would be absolutely amazing. And I really hope they add some tuning shops like RWB, Top Secret, Liberty Walk, so on and so forth. Stuff that we could like pull our cars into and take photos, amazing photos. And having themed locations like that will definitely add to the realism of our photos. And now with an interview from one of the devs, while we're not announcing too much in terms of detail right now, we're excited to show fans the true breadth of beauty, both natural and urban environments that Japan has to offer. From the neon lights and towering buildings of Tokyo City, that is easily one of the most exciting parts of this article, because we are finally getting a modern city since the first time, it'll be like 9 years now, depending on, when Horizon 6 releases, because if it releases like way late next year, then it will be 10 years because of Horizon 3 and Surfer's Paradise, the last real like big city we actually had that was, modern. But it will be one of their most detailed and layered environments to date. To the serenity and natural beauty of Japan's rural and mountain areas, we think players will be blown away by the open world of Japan that we have built. And I know they will, because there is so much riding on this map and on like Japan and Tokyo. They have to get this perfect, and knowing Horizon, I think they'll deliver. And while we are not necessarily trying to recreate Japan and its environments like for like, our goal has always been to capture the country's unique cultural essence and present it back in the most Horizon way possible. And judging by the last 5 games, they're absolutely going to cook on this one. This is also a very exciting point in the article. How will the game reflect Japanese car culture? With a huge history with cars all its own, choosing Japan as a setting isn't just a chance to create a beautiful place, but to reflect that history as you play. While we can't reveal any specific details quite yet, we will of course be following in the footsteps of Forza Horizon 5 and delivering a broad range of cars that players will know and love. Japan of course has a unique car culture all of its own, and we're excited to have the opportunity to explore that in this game. Also in my wish list, delve into Japan's absolutely insane car culture, because it's way crazier than we have here in the US, I gotta be honest. In Japanese car culture, the depth and diversity is astonishing. K cars and vans with cult followings, precision motorsport, drifting's roots, and their passion for customization. That's something else very important. Most likely, it's going to be set in Japan. Japan is known for having crazy customization, so I would not be surprised if we got a bunch of new body kits and a bunch of new body parts, and hopefully some new rims as well. Really stands out. It's welcoming to different levels of enthusiasm and knowledge, which is exactly the kind of layered world I want players to feel, adds one of the map designers. And then if we head to the final bits, it says, since Horizon 4 Playground has been developing open worlds that change as you play with true-to-life seasons that fundamentally alter the setting around you. Japan features some of the most well-known, beautiful seasonal changes in the world. Sweltering summers, snowy winters, and of course, the iconic Sakura season. Or Sakura season? Those precious weeks where cherry blossoms bloom across the country. So the seasons might be better than ever here in Horizon 6. If you thought Horizon 4 seasons were intense, I have a feeling Horizon 6 is gonna blow it completely out of the water. Horizon players will be well acquainted with seasonal changes as a core part of the experience. For Japan, seasonal changes have a dramatic impact on the landscape and playable world, but also hold a deeper cultural meaning for the country and its culture. Now, Japan has, of course, not only massive car culture, but just massive culture in general, and I really want to see how Horizon ties everything together into that culture. As such, in Horizon 6, seasonal changes aren't just about changing how the game looks, but how it feels. The team has also been able to build a system where seasonal changes truly inform the world, how spring, summer, autumn, and winter subtly shift tone, activity, and sound. The team is also really proud of the attention to everyday details. Ambient audio like station chimes or summer wind bells that instantly place you without a caption. Those are quite choices. Those are quiet choices, but they carry a lot of truth. Now, what do they mean by station chimes? If we're seeing how Japan is going to be built up to be like extremely modern, especially around Tokyo, I would not be surprised if we actually have like subway and train stations, or if I don't even know if gas stations in Japan have a chime, because people have made so many gas stations in Horizon 5 with a vent lab that I would not be surprised at all if we got at least 3 different gas stations, because I know that the gas station Horizon 3 was a very, very popular location. But that is it from the article. So what can we take away from this? Well, the seasons are going to be absolutely incredible. Same with the customization, because they wouldn't add customization in there for nothing. So most likely we are going to get some insane customization, and we have to. It's Japan. And also with the different areas, most likely they're only going to do like 1% of Tokyo, because let's be honest, Japan is like mostly not mostly Tokyo. I'm sounding like a dumb American. I am a dumb American. But most of Japan's population is in Tokyo, and it is one of the largest cities on Earth. It might actually be the largest city on Earth. I don't know. I'm not up on my geography. But I really, really want to see how they make this world alive. But now, let's shift from making the world seem alive to maybe it being actually alive. In my predictions, we've already seen NPCs walking around in the intro of Horizon 4. What if we have actual NPCs walking around the map in Horizon 6? Not just in the intro, but in free drive. Having them actually interact with your car if you get too close, like maybe getting out of the way or something. Having that world truly be alive and bustling with life. Maybe even having the NPCs park their cars, get out, go to destinations, all that good stuff. Speaking of getting out of their cars, opening the doors of their cars, what if we could open our doors in free roam as well? That would be absolutely amazing, but I somewhat doubt that they would do that. Maybe our hoods, I know we can already do it with our roofs, but it still seems a little bit far-fetched. Water break, my throat's getting dry. And with car customization, obviously we need body kits, more body kits. And I would absolutely love to see a bunch of crazy engine swaps, specifically a certain top secret body kit and a V12 swap for the Mark IV Supra, if you know what I mean. Now, Japan's car culture ties in with its overall culture as well, so I would absolutely love to see what body kits and customization Horizon adds so we can really, really make our creations unique. Another thing I would love to see, now if we're going to be in Japan, one of the biggest customizations in Japan is underglow and custom lights. And we have been asking for it for so long now. So why wouldn't we get it? Obviously there might be some technical limitations to it, but it still does seem possible. I mean, this is Horizon after all. And also something else is the cars themselves. So the customization, obviously we're going to get more body kits, hopefully more spoilers. I know on some cars we got Big Country Labs wings, but what if we actually went back to the original Horizon 1 Forza era, which actually looked amazing. Now, as for car lists, as I said, obviously we're going to need a ton of K cars, stuff like the Daihatsu Hijet. We already have the AutoZam AZ1, but what about the Suzuki Cappuccino or even the Honda Beat? Get the ABC cars. There's also a ton of other cars, like we don't have a Lexus IS300 yet or a Toyota Altezza. We could get the Chaser that we did originally want. I know we did get a Toyota Chaser, but it's not, I think it was the JZX 2000? I don't really know. However, I propose a little something different. Now, every car in Horizon does seem kind of stale. We've gotten like the same old thing so many times, just 4 wheels, sometimes 6, sometimes 3. I suggest 2. What if we got motorcycles? Motorcycles are absolutely massive in Japan, and I would not be that surprised if we finally got these 2-wheeled rockets in Horizon 6. But there's so many Japanese motorcycle manufacturers, it would just seem silly not to add them. Well, of course, unless Horizon wants to remain a car-only game, that is completely fair. But with the motorcycles, it would unlock a ton of new possibilities for new races, new competitions, new customization, new activities, new everything. We could finally have like actual really cool dirt bike races. We could recreate showcases in free roam. It would be absolutely amazing to get motorcycles, and we would finally have a new way to move around Horizon. Also, there were speculations that one of the Back to the Future DeLoreans was supposed to fly. What if we actually got something like that? Obviously not a flying car or anything, but what if we even expanded vehicles further? What if we got a helicopter like the one in the Rally DLC? But what if we could only fly it in a showcase or something? Because obviously having us be able to fly it around in free roam might be a little much. But having a new vehicle type for us to control, even if it's just in a showcase or a story mission or something, still would be incredible and make players very, very happy. Also, something else, whenever Horizon 5 ends, all the rare cars, like the monster truck that we were able to drive a few times, the flatbread truck, it is now officially called the flatbread truck. What if we actually got to own those? What if they were like a final gift and a final send-off to Horizon 5 players? Also, with other cars that we could potentially get, what about like more, obviously, like people are going to hate hypercars. I mean, some of them, but what about like really intense and popular cars like the Aspark Owl or even the new, what was it, the Yangwang U9, I think? The car that just did 308 miles an hour. That would be absolutely insane and also kind of spice things up for Horizon. But at the same time, it would kind of be like, you know, mostly every other hypercar we have in the game. Well, really, the only competition we would have is the Neo EP9 and the Rimax. Also, something else is we need new vinyls, too. We've had the same vinyl since, I think, Horizon 2 now. Maybe adding a couple new ones. But it would be absolutely amazing to get not only new vinyl shapes and categories, but also new licensed vinyls as well. You know, like whenever you go inside, I think it's called branded vinyls or something, or sponsors. But it has like, you know, Quaker State, Valvoline, tire manufacturers, seat manufacturers, all that stuff. What if we got new ones for Top Secret and whatnot whenever we do actually get some new customization? That way we could also maybe mock up our own builds if Top Secret actually made that. And another thing that I completely forgot to mention, interior customization. A couple cars you can already paint some bits of the interior, but what if we were able to change out our seats or our steering wheel or even change our drive type? No, not drive type. What if we were even able to change our driving side? What if we turned our left-hand drive cars to the right-hand drive and vice versa? Don't know how that would work for the McLaren F1 though. Probably won't be able to do it. But we could finally actually make a right-hand drive McLaren Senna like how it should have been in Horizon 4. Because having a game set in the UK with right-hand drive cars, but your cover car is the left-hand drive version of the right-hand drive car, doesn't make a lot of sense. But it would also give us the opportunity to make UK versions of cars that were sold in the UK, but Horizon only has like the Mexico only version or the US only version. Or even if they add something like the Lexus IS300, we could change the drive side if you want a US spec or a JDM spec. And there are so many cars from Horizon 3 and 4 that never made it to 5, but deserve to be in Horizon 6. 1967 Monster Cosmo. RX3. And also, with Japan, DLCs are kind of up in the air. So I guess we should probably wait for that. That's a bit too far from the speculation, I would say. A little bit too far down the speculation line. So let's kind of reel ourselves back a little bit and talk more about customization. We've had a maximum of -5 degrees of camber for so long, but stance culture is also very prominent in Japan. So what if we actually went up to -20? I don't know. We can make so many stupid builds then, but that's the spirit of Horizon, isn't it? Another thing I really want to talk about too is actually buying cars. What I feel like we should do is, we have so many cars that are basically just the same thing. So what if we actually had like a set of model years, and then we could also like change the car and the trim as well. So we could get like specifically a 2018 Jaguar F-Type, or we could go with like a 2020 SVR, and they would be classed as the same car. Also, what if we were able to actually change the stock wheels and actually have more factory wheels and paint options as well? And even buy our cars with factory modifications too. Like if the GR86, for example, it has a panel or a plastic panel you can put on, but what if while you were buying the car, you could actually equip that panel yourself before you even bought it to see what it would look like? All right. I've been yapping for way too long. I am so excited for Horizon 6. I already wishlisted it, and I'm totally going to pre-order it whenever the price gets released, because we still don't know how much it's going to cost. And I would absolutely hate if it costed $90 at a base price, because I would not actually buy it if it was $90 at a base price. Like, no, I am not doing that. No matter how excited I am for Horizon 6, if it's priced at like $70, I might buy it. 80 and up, I am done. I am not buying it until it goes on sale or something. But I kind of am losing my train of thought now. So I'm going to end it here. That is Horizon 6 Japan. My speculations and what I hope it will, my wish list, really, my wish list. That's what I said before. As I said, I'm kind of losing my brains a little bit right now. So it is best to finish this off, and I will see you all probably not very soon. My upload schedule is disastrous.